Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our conversation today. We're going to be talking about the California Vehicle Rebate Program. I'm Selena Pryor. I am happy to be back with you guys today, hoping that we're looking forward to a great weekend. But first, we're going to talk about the California Vehicle Rebate Program so you guys have the information that you need and just the knowledge that you need if you're looking to buy a electric vehicle. So today we have our special guest, Miss LaTisha Harris. Hi, LaTisha.
Hello, Miss Selena.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I am awesome. I'm glad to have you here. This is our expert, Miss LaTisha Harris. She is the get on your cell phone and pull out this website so I can show you how to find all the information you need about electric vehicles. That she's a queen of that. So we're going to get started and just talk about the California Vehicle Rebate Program. So LaTisha, what exactly is the California Vehicle Rebate Program?
So it's technically the Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. We are a program that is administered in the state of California by way of CARB, California Air Resources Board. So ultimately, we supply you a rebate after you purchase an electric vehicle. Not all electric vehicles, which we'll talk about a little later, but after you purchase an electric vehicle, we offer the incentive by way of a rebate.
So that means I have to get the car first
Yes.
and then I get the money back. It's not up front, correct?
Correct. In certain cities, like San Diego, they did have programs where you could do something beforehand, get an incentive prior to. But for the most part, CVRP is post purchase of an eligible vehicle, electric vehicle.
Post purchase. That means after, not
After.
before.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about the process. What's the process to take advantage of the rebate?
So ultimately, one thing that I tell a lot of people that I talk to when I've been talking to them, I tell them to go to our website, which is www.cleanvehiclerebate.com. .org. I'm sorry, cleanvehiclerebate.org. So going to that website, we have online a savings calculator. So I tell them to go play with the savings calculator, and there you can actually see exactly what incentives you could potentially qualify for. Not only that, then you can also see the eligible vehicles. So after you know what it is that you can qualify for, you see the list of eligible vehicles, then I tell them to go out and test drive as many as you can, because different vehicles have different features, different accessories, they drive different. Find the one that you're in love with. After you purchase the eligible vehicle and obtain the vehicle, then you go back to that same website and you apply for the rebate.
Now, how much can I get?
So it's different amounts. So if you are looking to do just the standard rebate, if you are looking for a battery electric vehicle, that means there's no gas at all. It's completely 100% electric. There's a $2,000 rebate. If you do the fuel cell electric vehicle, that's $4,500. It's a fuel cell that's actually not electric. It's a fuel cell where you actually refill it with the hydrogen. And then if you do the plug-in hybrid vehicle, it is $1,000 rebate. Now, if you are eligible for the increased rebate, you can actually find this information again on the website. If you're eligible for the increased rebate, that's meaning that you meet the standards of 400% below poverty level. You can get the increased rebate. So that's the standard rebate plus an additional $2,500. So for fuel cell electric vehicle, you'll go from 4,500 to 7,000 now with the increased rebate. Or if you're doing a battery electric, you now go from 2,000 that you're eligible for in a rebate to $4,500. And if you're doing a plug-in hybrid, which is both gas and electric, you go now from $1,000 to now $3,500 in a rebate. Then we also do zero emission motorcycles. So if you are interested in a motorcycle, there's just $750, and it's just a standard rate, $750.
Zero emission motorcycle.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I just want to kind of give our viewers an explanation of why we're having this conversation, or at least for me. The reason why I think it's important for us to have this conversation is because the governor did sign an order that California would be a zero emissions vehicle state by 2035, I think the year is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
So
there will
that
be
means,
no gasoline cars sold after that. The majority, all of the cars sold, the plan is will be electric vehicles.
okay. So, you know, the Bible says our people perish for lack of knowledge. We want to make sure that we are giving you the information that you need so you can be prepared, and understand, where California is moving, how we're moving. Let me ask you this, because, I got to ask these kind of questions. I noticed, like in South Sacramento, that there are more gas stations being built.
Mhm.
And one of my mentors told me, "Oh yeah, but they're easily they can transition them over to become
Charging stations.
charging stations." So, is that true, or are we just throwing up gas stations in the hood because we don't believe that California is going to be a zero emissions vehicle state?
I honestly can't tell you. I really don't know. I do know you referenced the Bible earlier. The Bible says that we have to be a good steward over that which has been given to us, which is our earth. And reducing our emissions is part of that's one way that we can be a good steward and take care of our earth. So, in the event that they continue to build gas stations, does that mean, with the way the governor is going, eventually we're going to phase out of gasoline? But how do I do my part to clean up the environment? How do I do my part to be a good steward over there? We only get one Earth. We're not gonna get another one. This is it. So
Right.
how do we individually do our part to be a good steward over what's been given to us?
I love that. I love that. I love that. Um, so there's a lot of conversation about electric vehicles and how expensive they are. Can you talk about that a little bit, and about how, because I went and looked, and I've seen the ones that I like are like $80,000.
So any new vehicle, we have to be honest, is gonna come with a price.
Right, 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 right.
Whether you're paying for the vehicle, whether you're paying for the sales tax, whether you're paying for, register, you're gonna have to pay registration, whether you don't get a new car, whether you do get a new car. So you're gonna have to pay something. That's just the harsh reality. You're gonna have to pay something, but you also have to look at what you're saving. I know if you get a all battery vehicle, all electric vehicle, you don't have maintenance. Like the oil changes, all of that, you don't have to worry about none of that. You don't have to worry about tune-ups. You don't have to worry about none of that. Like you literally are saving money on the maintenance portion of it. And I know for me, that would be a pretty pity. That would be a pretty pity to not have to pay any maintenance at all. I mean, you do have to rotate your tires, but that's just about all it would be for an all electric vehicle, a battery electric vehicle. So you do save money on your maintenance in the long term because of even gas. If you do a plug-in hybrid, you do save money on gas. There are long-term savings on purchasing an electric vehicle. So
Awesome.
you're gonna spend something, but you are still gonna save something in the long run. Overall, you are gonna save.
Okay. Can you tell us the difference between an all battery electric vehicle, the plug-in hybrid, and what did you say, fuel
The
cell?
fuel
Hybrid
cell. Mhm.
fuel cell. Okay. Tell us.
So the fuel cell, you actually are you're filling with hydrogen. So there are stations, kind of like gas stations, if you will, and you go and you refill them, kind of like a gas station, but it's not gas; it's hydrogen, I believe. A battery electric is kind of like the battery electric means there's no gas at all. You are literally charging. It's 100% electric. There is no gas. There's no fuel cell. There's no hydrogen. There's nothing. It's literally you plugging it into the wall and that's it. And then a plug-in hybrid actually is both. It's the best of both worlds, if you will, for those that have kind of what's called range anxiety, or your lifestyle doesn't permit for you to go completely all electric. You are literally you have the electric portion, but also you still put gas in the vehicle, so you'll be able to drive electric, and then when the electric runs out, it kicks over to the gas.
Let's talk about this range anxiety for a minute,
Mm.
because that is the one thing that for me, um, when I went to the site, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to plan my trip. I'm
Mhm.
gonna have to figure out A, how long it's gonna take me to get there. B, how long will the charge last?
Mhm.
And if it doesn't last long enough to get me there and back, I gotta go sit in the parking lot of Walmart for 2 hours. We're
So
laughing about it, but like that's a real thing. I'm like,
range anxiety is real. Range anxiety is a real thing, especially for like myself. I'm a mom, so I'm constantly picking up here, going here. We got practice here. Like, am I gonna have enough of a charge to do everything I need to do? So range anxiety is a real thing. So with all battery electric, you do have to actually plan out your trip. I did talk to a client, one our customer one time, who literally did a cross country trip in an all electric vehicle, and he showed me how to plan it out. If you go to PlugShare, has an app, you can go and you can actually see where all of the charging stations are, so you can actually, and even some of the vehicles now have that technology to tell you where the next charging station is, like a gas station, where the next charging station is, and all of that. But PlugShare has an app that you can go on to, tells you all of the information for that plug or for that charging station. Like, does it cost, how much does it cost, what are the access codes, do you need any information? And so you do have to plan out your trip. With a plug-in hybrid, which is actually, I have to say, for my lifestyle, was actually a better choice for me, because in the event that I run out of the electric charge, I have the gas that will kick in for that. So it doesn't take as much thinking, if you will, but it's kind of helping ease out of that range anxiety, because you're learning more to plan your trip.
I'm gonna keep that in the forefront of my mind.
It's a pretty big jump, and you don't realize how much you drive until, like, you really have to plan that trip out. And then even if you have a charging station at home, you could charge at night, overnight, while you're sleeping, you'll charge. Or I know one time I had a rented an all battery electric vehicle, and so went to Target, and there were charging stations at Target. So just plugged the car in and went to Target, do my shopping, and it came out 45 minutes later, and I was ready to go.
So you went to Target and you needed to charge the car?
Yeah, I did. I did. Because I didn't have a charging station at home because I was renting
Oh,
the car. So had I
okay.
not rented the car, I coulda came home, did whatever I needed. Well, it's not gonna charge that fast at home, but I would have had some bit of a charge, if I would have came home. But I needed to charge the car because I don't have a charging station at home, and ended up going in Target. I needed to go to Target anyway and charged it in like 45 minutes. I was done.
Awesome. So I heard about a program, and I don't know if this is still if they're still offering this, but where you could trade in your car. Your
Yes.
Okay, can you talk about that a little bit?
So some programs, that's not necessarily our program, but some programs allow you to trade in your vehicle, and you have to meet certain program guidelines. You trade in your vehicle, and after you trade in your vehicle, they also give you a rebate for your car in exchange of you trading in your car. It's kind of called scrap and replace. You're scrapping out your old car that has been a gas guzzler and is horrible for our environment, and replacing it with a more environmentally and friendly car. You are able to actually stack those incentives with our program. As long as you purchase one of the vehicles on our eligible list, you can actually stack those rebates with our rebate, which gives you a greater savings in the long run.
Stack. Let's talk
Mhm,
about that. Just
mhm.
what does that mean? Stack.
So
Stack rebates.
let's say you get the standard rebate for a battery electric vehicle, which is $2,000. You get that rebate plus whatever it is that program incentivizes. So if they say we'll give you $7,500 for your vehicle with the scrap and replace program, you'll now get our 2,000 with their, whatever amount that they're giving you. And so if you go to the website again, like I was saying earlier, and play with the savings calculator. You can input all of your information, whether you want to scrap a vehicle, replace a vehicle or not. If you don't want to replace a vehicle, that's fine. But if you want to replace a vehicle, you can even enter that information in there, and it will tell you all of the incentives in your region that you're eligible for and that are available in your area, which include that program as well.
This is some great information. So we're at our 15-minute mark, and I think that we've kind of gotten a lot of information. I know my mind is kind of racing, which it does when I have these conversations. So I think we're gonna stick a pin in this conversation here and come back in a couple of weeks and kind of build on this. But is there anything that you would like our audience to know, in addition to all of the information that you've already given that we may not have covered?
The only thing is, and I'll go to the website. And it's not just those incentives. You are eligible for a tax credit. If you're eligible for a tax credit of up to $7,000, $7,500, I'm sorry. And not only that, I know it's big up in the Bay Area. You get the HOV lane access as a single occupant if you purchase an all-electric vehicle. And then your utility provider may also provide incentives as well. So there are quite a few incentives out there for purchasing an electric vehicle. Go to the website, play around with the savings calculator, look at the eligible vehicles, determine the one that's best for you, and take advantage of all of the incentives while you can.
Now, if people have questions or they want to get more specific information, who should they contact?
You can actually go on the website and you can contact there. You can actually send us an email, but if you want to contact me directly, I can. My phone number is 559-825-5307. 559-825-5307.
So I'm gonna let this roll across the screen, write it down, or you're gonna have to go and rewatch the whole video to get it. And again, this is Miss LaTisha Harris, and she is with the Center for Sustainable Energy. And we are super excited to have you today to talk about this very important program. So with that, I'm going to give you guys back the rest of your day. Have a wonderful, great weekend, and we hope you learned a little bit about electric vehicles and the Clean Vehicle Rebate Project. Not what I said in the beginning. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Have a great one.